single. They've done enough. It's the Eagles. Vitality Blast 2019 Champions.
We are live from the Cloudfm County Ground here in Chelmsford for Essex Eagles versus Glamorgan. Welcome. Well, we've got a sunny day for a change. No threat of rain, nor thunder, nor lightning. What we're going to see on the pitch, well, who knows? Welcome aboard the Essex Eagles roller coaster. It has been a fascinating ride, this T20 campaign. And on the back of Tuesday, we're hoping for good things once again. It is going to be a very interesting matchup against the Glamorgan side, who similarly had a very positive performance against Surrey on Tuesday. So, first up, let's see who won the coin toss. So, a successful start for Glamorgan. Chris Cook, their skipper's with me. Chris, good to see you back here at the County Grounds. Have you cleared your head from Tuesday yet?
Yeah, just about. It's always great to come back here to Essex. It was a really good win for us, but we know we have to win every game from here on in, which makes the equation quite simple, I guess. We just got to throw caution to the wind and play some brave cricket and see where that gets us.
It is brave cricket because they're all effectively cup finals now for both these two teams. There is a similarity between Glamorgan and the Eagles.
Yeah, definitely. We've both been probably quite unpredictable, but we've both got quite dangerous players in our team, so it should be a good matchup.
Team news for Glamorgan?
Prem Sisodi has just gone down with a slight injury now, so Callum Taylor comes in for that, and Tim van der Hoogten is also rested, and Andrew Salter comes in for him.
Good. Well, go well this evening.
Yes,
Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
Ask Simon Harmer if he'll come and join us. Two South African skips. Harmy, I was thinking about Tuesday on Wednesday. I can't think that there's been a more complete Eagles performance, certainly not this year in the T20. Do you concur with that?
Yeah, I think it was an incredible performance. I think everybody's getting to the stage of the competition, especially in the South Group, where they need to win every game. So there's a lot more at stake. Not really any breathing room, and for the boys to put in a performance like that with their backs up against the wall, it's been a big week for us. So hopefully one more tonight and a couple of days off, and we can regroup and attack the last few games.
And everybody took responsibility. We saw it in the field. There was a moment, I think it was Jimmy Neesham actually, when Devon Conway was facing, and he wanted Aaron Nijjar to go a little bit straighter, and we were in perfect line, and blow me, Conway then put it into Nij's hands, and you just went, yeah, everybody's taking that responsibility.
Yeah, it's been good to see how the group has grown over the course of the competition. Everybody knows what their roles are, and they're comfortable enough to sort of do that on the field. I think Nish is a senior player in our squad, and he brings a wealth of experience. It's cliched, but I mean, he's playing T20 cricket all around the world, so the knowledge that he has, and somebody who he plays a lot of cricket against in Devon Conway, it's nice to have little insights like that, and it does get you wickets here and there. So
especially when it works.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. You haven't won the toss this time, but you are going to bowl. Is that what you would have done anyway?
Yeah, we were going to bowl anyway. We just think that under lights the wicket might get a little bit better to bat on. I don't think it's going to get any worse. I think it'll be pretty similar for both teams, and I think if we can do some damage in the power play, they're quite top heavy. Have a look at that middle order. I think if we can restrict them to a lowish total, then it'll put us in a good position to hopefully take it home later on tonight.
Knowing what that target is always helps. We know that teams seem to prefer to bat second most of the time. Stupid question of the evening. Any team news? Any team changes?
No.
What a surprise.
Same team up.
Good. We'll go well tonight, Army. Hope you're still smiling in a couple of hours' time.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers.
Right, Simon Harmer, a happy man because he is bowling. The Eagles are going to get the ball in their hand first up. One of those guys who's really made an impact with ball in hand this season is one of the youngsters that's coming through. He got his best T20 figures in that game against Somerset on Tuesday. I had a chance to chat with him earlier on. Here's Jack Plom. Jack, thanks for coming to join us. What was the reaction in the group after that win on Tuesday night?
Yeah, I think you can see it in our faces. We was all pretty buzzing, especially go 2-2 against the Somerset boys because they are a very good outlet. Also, I think they're now 1 point ahead of us, so to close that gap a little bit, it puts us in good stead for the next few games that we have in front of us.
And it was a complete performance, wasn't it? Because the bowling and the fielding was outstanding, and then the batting came through, and Michael Pepper leading the way in the end to take you over the line. So there were so many ticks in so many boxes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously start off with the ball. Like I said before previously, like Harmy trusts us. No matter what the outcome is of that first 6 overs, you know, we bring it back in the middle overs, and then we bowl our depth stuff pretty well as well. So, and obviously with Michael in the second innings, obviously batted beautifully. He brought it home for us, which was what we wanted to do.
The youngsters really seem to be taking the responsibility on now. You say that Simon Harmer has given you that. You feel you have such a connection, such almost a control of where Essex are going in that group of youngsters.
Yeah, definitely. You know, obviously with us youngsters, you know, we're the ones coming through now, and obviously we've got great experience in the team which help us out on the field and off the field especially as well. You know, obviously at the start of the season we've all spoke as a big group. If you're playing, you know, like Harmy's going to back us, and us as a youngster, that's what you want to hear. You know.
When you started this T20 campaign, it was not the best of starts for you personally. I think you went for 33 off that over in Taunton, but you came back and you took a couple of wickets. You had your best return in the return match against Somerset on Tuesday. Do you feel that confidence? How do you approach it? You know, if you go for a lot of runs in 6 balls, how do you bounce back?
T20 cricket, isn't it? Like, you're going to get hit. Like we spoke about in the change rooms, before games, after games, even during games, like even the best bowlers in the world all get hit for runs. Like, so I get hit for 33, but like I think it's one of them things. You just got to sort of just get on with it. And obviously when I come back towards the end, like I've got to showcase my skills and still do a job for the team. And Harmy has that belief in me. And like I said, that's what you need.
And to add the fielding skills that we've seen off you, just talk us through that catch you took on Tuesday.
I was probably about 25 yards in off the boundary, obviously trying to stop the 2. And the batsman's connected it pretty well. And to be fair, I thought it was going straight over my head, but I made some good ground up and just put my hands out, hope for the best, and luckily it stuck and it didn't come out when I landed.
Well, go well tonight against Glamorgan. I hope we see some more of that. Thanks for your time.
Cheers, thank you very much.
So we've just seen Jack Plom, current Essex opening bowler. I'm delighted to introduce a former Essex opening bowler, an Essex legend, if you will, David Hodmasters. Hod, great to see you back here. You've seen the reaction from the players, the reaction from the fans. There's got to be a lot of feel good when you're on the ground.
Well, it's nice to be back. It's lovely to be back at the Fortress and to watch a game of 2020.
Do you keep tabs on the Essex play that's going on? I mean, as much as you can from Kent?
Yeah, I do. So I've always got the phone out, looking on the app, seeing what's going on.
Have they left you on the WhatsApp group?
I left the WhatsApp group. I thought it was about time after a year and a half or so, 2 years. I ended up leaving and said, said my goodbyes to everyone, and
You keep in touch with the boys.
Yeah,
though,
I'll keep in touch with a few of the lads. Yeah, so every now and then we'll have a little chat. I've been to weddings and bits and pieces, and so yeah, we keep in touch. It's nice, but it's nice to come, and I've seen a few of the lads already, and they're excited about the game tonight.
Yeah. Are you still playing cricket? I know you retired, 4 years ago, whatever it was. Do you still turn the arm?
Yeah, I'll still turn the arm. I'm playing for a team called Minster in Kent, so lots of good players we've got playing for us. Sean Irvine also plays.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Former Hampshire man.
Greg Lamb, the Zimbabwe Greg Lamb, so he plays for us as well. So we've got some good players there and some good young talent coming through as well.
How's your average?
It's all right, not as good as what it used to be.
Is your batting average better than what it used to be?
No, I don't really bat anymore either.
Right, you're here, we're T20. You were part of T20 kind of when it started, or certainly in its earlier formative years. Has it changed a lot in your eyes?
It's changed massively. So I mean, I started, I think, the first couple of the first years of the T20 starting, I remember it was going to be just a bit of fun, pyjama cricket kind of thing, and no one really took it seriously at the beginning, apart from when I was at Leicester. Leicester took it really serious, and we got to finals days 4 or 5 times when I was up there. So and obviously when I moved to Essex, it was something we wanted to get better at the time, but how it's moved on, just watching it on TV and things like that now, and even the last few years I was playing, it's just the batting, the bowling, everything has just moved on so much. People are so much more skillful now than what they used to be. It's just its own format of cricket. It's just a totally
unique
different
skill set now for players. We've seen players go around the world just playing T20, so it is its own game now.
It's a totally different game. It's like playing 5-a-side football to 11-a-side football. It is such a different game. But the skills actually have made 4-day cricket, 1-day cricket even better.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I can't wait. We should be chatting with David throughout the course of this game and finding his thoughts on all sorts of things, not just cricket related. But join us after this ad break and we'll take a look at the 2 team lineups for this evening's Vitality Blast contest. Team lineups coming up shortly, but first we have a presentation. It's time for the Divines Player of the Month. The June voting has just started. You can vote now on essexcricket.org.uk. The 4 contestants for this award: Sam Cook, Simon Harmer, Aaron Nijjar and Michael Pepper. So get voting. I'm told voting is open as of now. Make sure your vote counts. But we have already decided, or you have already decided, who is going to get the Divines Player of the Month for May. No surprises, Mr. Simon Harmer. Well, delighted to be joined by Simon Harmer once again for another presentation for the Divines Player of the Month for May. You look back at May, Simon, and immediately your eye is drawn to that Derby game and your best ever bowling figures. What are your memories of it?
Yeah, I think it was as I've said in interviews before, when it's your day, you got to cash in because you don't know when it's going to come round again. So it was one of those days where everything worked and everything clicked. Managed to get a few wickets and we managed to beat Derby. So good memories, but yeah, still a lot of cricket to be played in the season to be getting too close to the champagne.
Every spinner needs a good wicket keeper. That's part of your axis, if you will. You also had a fairly good short leg. I think Tendo took 3 catches at short leg on that inning. I'm guessing he didn't have to buy any drinks that night.
No, yeah, both of those guys that you mentioned have been sublime over the last few years. I think Tendo must be the bravest short leg in world cricket. It's not often you see him turn his head. He's always willing to take and wear one on the shoulder or the kneecap, which I think helps him get into good positions to take those catches. And Wheats as well. Wheats has been unbelievable. His glove work has been tremendous for us, and especially to my bowling. I don't think it's an easy task when the ball's turning and bouncing and doing all sorts, and batters are trying to counteract it by sweeping or running down. So yeah, I think he's been a shining light behind the stumps, and obviously helped me add to the collection of wickets.
In baseball, you have the pitcher and the catcher, and they have this relationship that goes on. Do you have that same sort of setup with your keeper?
Yeah, I think we've played together for long enough now that Wheats kind of knows what's going to happen and what's coming. We'll often laugh about it at the end of the over when we're standing in the slips about how we knew that I was going to do X, Y, or Z. So I think we've got a good bond and a good relationship, and I think it helps that we kind of don't need to say too much to one another, but we know sort of what each other's looking to do.
Well, long may it last. Congratulations. Help yourself to the champagne. You are, once again, Divine's Player of the Month, this time for May. Congratulations, sir.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, welcome back to the Cloudfm County Ground. 10 minutes to go now until the first ball. I'm joined by David Master. David, in terms of choice, if you win the toss, do you bat first, do you bowl first? What would you prefer as an opening bowler?
We always like to bowl first here, because we always said that you can chase anything down here because it's so small. It's a little bit bigger today, obviously without the seating here and bits and pieces, but no, we was always a team what thought we could chase anything down here.
What was a satisfactory target for you as a bowling unit in a 20-over game? What were you satisfied with?
We used to say anything under 170, 165, anything under that, we was always confident that we could get. So yeah, I think scores are a little bit low. I think we play on different pitches now. So
it's a hybrid pitch, which I don't suppose you bowled on when you were here.
No, we didn't. No, I think they come in the year after I left. So yeah, they. I mean, apparently you don't get as many runs on them. It sits in the pitch a little bit more. So yeah, but we played on very flat pitches here with small ground. So I should imagine. I think you were saying earlier that the scores have gone down a little bit here.
A touch, yeah. 155 seems to be a sort of average, but we shall see this evening. Right, let's get on with the team sheets as we get set for our visitors, Glamorgan. Thanks to Rickard Luckin for the first team sheet, which begins with captain Chris Cook wearing 46. Wearing 41, it's Essex nemesis Colin Ingram. Wearing 73, David Lloyd. At 37, it's young Roman Walker. Wearing 5, Kieran Carlson. Wearing 7, Billy Root. Wearing 19, playing his second game, Sam Pearce. At 88, Dan Douthwaite. Wearing 29, James Whale. Wearing 21, it's Andrew Salter. And last but not least, wearing 4, it's Callum Taylor. I'm guessing lots of new names and new faces for you in that Glamorgan side. One who isn't though, Colin Ingram. He was always a thorn in Essex's side. He's a good player, right?
Very good player. He used to always be there or thereabouts every game. We always struggled to know how to get him out, to be honest, in this format especially. Very good player, but yeah, there was quite a lot of faces I didn't actually recognise there.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they play out now. Let's take a look at the Essex Eagles lineup this evening. So the Rickard Luckin team sheet begins with the wicketkeeper, number 31, Adam Wheater. Wearing 9, it's Will Buttleman. 28, and it's Dan Lawrence. Hero from Tuesday, number 19, Michael Pepper. Wearing 50, black cap, Jimmy Neesham. At 27, he's still here, Ryan Tendescarter. Wearing 22, Paul Walter. 11, the captain, Simon Harmer. Wearing 24, Aaron Nijjar. At 77, Jack Plom. And number 16, Sam Cook. Sam Cook is a boy you knew well. He was a boy here, he's a man now. He's had more of an influence on this T20 than maybe we might have expected this season. Are you surprised?
No, not really. I think he's got all the skill sets to do that. When coming through, he everyone said they reminded him of me, and he's gone on to be an exceptional bowler, and he looks like he's getting better and better.
Certainly does. I'm not sure whether he supports Man United though, but we shall wait and find that one out later. Right, we're ready to roll. After this ad break, join us for the Vitality Blast contest between the Essex Eagles and Glamorgan. from the Hayes close end. Neesham makes sure that Carlson isn't going to get an easy single off. It's always opens from the Hayes close end. Why is it? Is it just because it's downhill?
No, because I would have thought the last over they want the biggest boundary to a right, because you generally have more.
Okay.
You have more right-handers than what you do left-handers. So
Yeah, fair point. Carlson gets off onto his toes. Lawrence is coming round at the speed of light trying to get there, but he's not going to stop that first boundary. Kieran Carlson really doing well to get up there to that bouncer from Cook. First boundary of the evening to the right-hand bat. Made his maiden championship century here when he was 18. I'm not sure whether you were playing that one. 2016, 5 years ago. Young man. Going straight out through the covers, no problem for Dan Lawrence.
I would have been playing then, yeah.
I think he was only, 18? Yeah, 18 years of age. So
Yep.
pretty much, I think he'd played one or maybe two games at that point. David Lloyd, a little bit older than Carlson, 29 years of age. Hit 41 very important runs on Tuesday in that Surrey match. Again, Cook feeding that square cut. Keeping it in that offside channel early on.
Largest boundary.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, what you said earlier about the last over, and that applies, of course, early doors. Cook changing it up, and that's a good piece of fielding. That was skittling away for a possible boundary. Jack Plum using his whole 6'2" frame to make sure that one wasn't going any further. Lloyd back on strike for this final ball of the first over. Well, this time Plum cannot stop it. A slice from Lloyd hits the boundary board right in front of the Tom Pearce stand, and that's 11 off the first over for Glamorgan. Beautiful evening here at Chelmsford. Makes a change to be able to say that on the recent weather. We were talking about the skill set of the bowlers and how it's changed. You said Sam Cook is the latter-day David Masters. Do you see that skill set within him that he can adapt to white ball and red ball cricket?
Yeah, I do. It is quite difficult nowadays, I'd say, even more so. It's getting harder and harder. Obviously, trying to work on skills for white ball and red ball, both at the same time. But
are they different then?
So different, so different.
Aaron Nijar is going to open up things from the river end. Hasn't been opening the bowling for the last couple of games, the left arm spinner, but so successful in this format. Carlson tries to slap it away, but Harmer's having none of it.
Lots of pace off.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, isn't it, with the left arm spinner, the variety that he gets, and they're just almost teasing Carlson out of his crease. It's interesting that Prem Sisodia isn't available tonight for Glamorgan, their left arm spinner, and how that might affect their fielding plans later on in this game. Well, Carlson does come down the track. Walters trying to get underneath it. Oh, just failing. Well, there was the teasing bowling of Nijar, almost proving success.
Very good. Held it back really well here. And just got over the top.
It's the worst catch to take, isn't it? It is the worst. Again, Carlson goes for that drive. This time, Walter gets across. But Nijar trying to make sure that Carlson's getting nothing on the leg side. David Lloyd, Bumble Light, maybe. A few David Lloyds in the cricket firmament. Harmer gets down to that one.
Very good over.
Wasn't it? 3 runs off it. And this is something I talked to Gucci about a few games back. It's amazing how spinners are now the rock stars of T20. You know, when you started playing this format of the game, spinners were lucky to get in the game, let alone opening the bowling.
Everyone was so worried about using them. I think it was just they're the people you wanted to try and have a whack at the end of games or in the middle periods. But now they as I say again, the skills is just brilliant now in 2020 cricket from bowlers.
Jack Plum into operation. Neesham quickly in from cover point, keeping Lloyd honest at the other end. I'll be interested to see what you think of Jack Plum. He's had a bit of tap at various times in various matches, but always seems to be able to come back. Oh, it's gone skyward. Who's underneath it? Is it going to stay in the ground? Oh, yes,
Great
I think
catch.
it has. That's
Amazing
Michael
catch.
Pepper producing magic tricks out on the square leg boundary. My goodness me. Here we go. Have a look at this. Carlson sends it on its way. Pepper's checking, pulled it back and stepped back in. Oh, sweet.
That's so hard to do. So hard to do. These boys practice that all the time now, though. So actually to catch it's hard enough. And then actually to, as you're going to step over the rope, just flick it back up and catch it again. Fantastic catch.
Oh, I could watch that all day. I tell you what, these youngsters producing catches. We saw Jack Plum in the last game produce a worldie down here. Ben Allison last season in a similar position down in front of these boxes. And you just look at it in awe because they seem to take it in their stride.
Yeah, well, I think they're brought up with this now. The younger lads, they practice it daily. They're right on it, and well, that's a good start for Essex.
Pepper and Plum works. Now they're going to be up against David Lloyd. Of course, the batsman crossing underneath that steepling catch.
Yeah, mixing up his pace there by the looks of it.
Yeah, the mental strength that any bowler has to have, spin or pace, is so important. These youngsters seem to thrive on it as Plum gets that one through Lloyd's defence. Although, as he said to me earlier, he said, I just forget it. I was like, really?
I think you have to. I think you have to be like that now. Anyone can hit you on any day, and you just got to do the right things and get the ball in the right areas.
Plum in for his fourth ball, yet to concede a run. Went for 33 in that first over at Taunton. And you just went, I mean, it was some crazy hitting, but to actually come back, and I think he picked up a couple of wickets later on in the innings, and indeed bowled some of the death overs, I think. That's tough, and to be able to do that gives his captain a fair reminder of what he's about. Just short of Nijar.
What a fantastic over.
Wicket maiden.
You don't get them very often.
No.
You don't get a maiden very often, let alone a wicket to go with it.
Jack Plum. Well, in that game at Sophia Gardens, he had 1 for 30. Had Lloyd's wicket on that occasion off 3 overs then. It's a different setup, of course, because there's no Marnus Labuschagne, Nick Selman, Michael Nisa. They're all out with, well, I think Selman actually had caught COVID, was it last week, and had it pretty bad.
Right.
But Labuschagne and Nisa were contacts, therefore they have to have 10-day quarantine. So 3 big players, or 2 of the 3 as they would have been, missing from Glamorgan's lineup. Colin Ingram with his first ball, and it's going to come from Dan Lawrence. He's a classy batsman, isn't he, Ingram? Just oozes it.
Yeah, he is. He hits you in very, very strange areas as well. As a batsman, he kind of, you set a field for him, and he always seems to find that little area, that little pocket of space. Yeah, so he's really hard to bowl at.
It was something interesting you were saying earlier to me off air about trying to manage the hitting areas that you're allowing the batsman to hit. But from what you've just said, batsmen like Ingram, it's very difficult to tie them down.
That's the difference between the real good 2020 batsmen and the ones who don't do as well.
Yeah.
Is actually they hit you in strange areas.
Well, bowled. Lawrence thinks he's got him. Umpire's not moving at that far end. Mark Newell.
Looked a decent ball.
Yeah, the advent of the so-called 360-degree batsman makes it nigh impossible to tie some of these top of the range batsmen down.
Definitely.
Oh, he's got him now, no question. Colin Ingram has gone. Third ball, Dan Lawrence, the magic man, comes into the attack and takes the Glamorgan star batsman. Wowee.
That one's just slid on. Got through the gate. What a ball that is.
Well, Ingram really has had a very average season, certainly in his eyes. Only 1 score of note, 75 against Middlesex at Sophia Gardens, and just averaging 18, and that's not what you're used to from Colin Ingram. Bosie, as he's called back in South Africa, the bulldozer. But yeah, he's not going to be celebrating his birthday on Saturday with anything like a smile on his face after that one. Turns 36 on Saturday, but Chris Cook steps out, and he's got some repair work to do already inside the power play. 2 balls left of the 4th over, and Glamorgan 16 for 2.
Dangerous man gone. Now we've got another one. Cook.
You know both of those guys fairly well, I should think. You've faced them many a time.
Very strong hitters. Very strong hitters. Hit straight really well.
Nick Brown called Dan Lawrence's bowling action a frog in a blender. It's unorthodox, I grant you, but he has got something about him, hasn't he? It's a valuable add-on when you've got one of your top batsmen that can bowl like this.
Yeah, definitely. Dan's worked on that quite a bit. It started off a bit of fun a few years ago, him coming in bowling like that. We were all laughing at him and thinking he's not for real, but actually, it actually works. It works, and it's quite unusual. There's that little bit. There's that little bit of a delay as well. So, but he's worked hard on his bowling by the looks of it, and
he's already taken an international test wicket, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's mentioned that a few times in there.
He'll remind me of that when he sees me, I would have thought.
Do you miss the chat of the changing room?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, miss the lads. Always miss the lads, but yeah. Don't miss the achy body.
Really? No ice baths anymore then?
No, you struggle to get me in an ice bath anyway.
Plum going to stay in the attack from the Hayes Close end. Goes full water, has a shy. Very close. You look at the reaction from the Essex fielders. Attacking that ball, Paul Walter.
I'd say he was gone there.
Let's have a look here, see if that May not be the best of angles, but you can see the reaction from Walter and co. David Lloyd goes high. It's going to go over Pepper's head this time towards the old hospital. A maximum for David Lloyd. First one of the evening. Well, he's got a fair old strike rate as the Glamorgan bat. 142 he's been averaging. 167 runs in the campaign thus far. Top score of 44. Well, Pepper looking. They're going to have to send the dogs out, I think, for that one. When you were bowling, I mean, your career sort of transcended an evolution in cricket of moving towards modern methods that we know now. Certainly from medical, from tactical, from technical.
Yep.
Are you glad that you don't have to do the things they have to do now? Could you just enjoy the way it changed?
Yeah, I went with it as I was playing. The hardest thing was probably the gym work, the fitness and things like that.
Didn't come naturally?
No, I was always a fit person. I was always a fit, as in a good runner, good engine, could go all day. But it was more the gym, the strength and conditioning, that kind of work, which I didn't really enjoy. I didn't like being in a gym. I was more of an outdoor person, so didn't really enjoy that part of it. But the skills and the way these cricketers work hard and how much time they put into the skill part of it is phenomenal, and people just see the end result out here, but
yeah, sure.
Actually behind the scenes these boys work so hard.
It seems to be a problem for some elite sportsmen once they stop playing professional sport to actually get their bodies almost reset, retrained. Do you keep that physicality, that exercise, for want of a better word, in your weekly routine?
Not really. I still play sports myself, and I'm on the building site, so I'm still working hard, and I still got that work ethic.
This is the HOD, isn't it? And people hear me calling HOD, and I'm sure Essex fans will know the reason why, but you better explain in case there's people listening that aren't regular followers of David Masters.
So I'm the Bob the Builder, and yeah, so that's what I do now after cricket.
You love it?
Love it.
Plum, trying to find some sort of comeback against Lloyd. Was it something that you did, during winter times as a cricketer? Yeah,
so I was always Bob the Builder throughout my whole career. I used to come back and work all winter. That was one of my big things. I got my strength and conditioning from that. Yeah. And just bowled lots straight after Christmas. Just done lots of bowling.
Did you get lots of requests from teammates? Can you come and do this? Can you come and do that? Put up, whatever.
I've spent a bit of time around Ryan's house for a bit doing doing an extension and bits and pieces for him.
Is it still standing?
It's just about there, I think.
Was he happy? Did he pay you?
Yeah, he paid me just. Yeah, so that was good. Yeah, he's a man of many houses. I think he's a bit of a property man.
Oh, is he? He's a magnet, is he?
He loves the property.
Happy birthday, by the way, Tendo. I think you just had your birthday as Lloyd. Square cut straight past Tender Scarter. Harman's going to be there pulling it back. And that's a 3 for David Lloyd. Yeah.
It's great to see Ryan still going.
41.
41.
Yeah. Would you believe it?
He's got to do a bit to catch up with Stevens from Kent.
Oh, that man. What is he, 45 now?
I think he's more than that. I think he's 46, is he?
Well, you can tell him that. I'm not saying that.
I'm sure he's 46.
I know he's just signed a new contract as Cook pulls one square.
I think it said that it was taking him up to 47, his contract. So was it a year contract I think he got?
Yeah, well, a year extension. I'm not sure how long that went to. 13 off that Jack Plom over, giving Glamorgan a little bit of acceleration now. 30 for 2. 5 overs done. 1 left in the power play. Yeah, I mean, Steve-O, you must have played against so many times in so many different colours. I mean,
I played with him as well.
Did you?
At Leicester, yeah. So I played a year, maybe 2 with him at Leicester.
Good character?
Great character. Good friend. I've known him for quite a long time now. So, yeah.
He can't be far from you now in Kent.
No, I think he's down in down Folkestone way, I think. Last time, I think he was on the way to Folkestone.
Well, you can't go much further than Folkestone, can you?
So he's in between. I think he's in
feet.
between Canterbury and Folkestone, somewhere along them lines.
Sam Cook puts one in the slot for Chris Cook, and it heads straight out to the boundary for a 4. It's interesting, isn't it, how, you know, there's far more movement in players now than there ever used to be at a certain time, at least. But you keep in contact with everybody. That social circle, if you like, of county cricket still exists. Oh, Sam Cook nearly did his namesake there.
Slower ball, I think.
Oh, yeah. Back of the hand, that looked like.
Oh.
Just lost his footing at the wrong time. So Cook to Lloyd. Lloyd on 16 off his 12 balls so far. Goes high. Plom's not going to be able to get there for this one, and it's going to be a 4-ball. Good offensive cricket from David Lloyd. He's certainly picked things up. He knows this is the final over of the power play, and they've got to make the most of the gaps that are in the outfield.
Not far away there.
No.
Getting another wicket.
Wasn't far from where he took that catch from Smead on Tuesday either. Just pulling a little bit further round now. Dot ball as a response from Sam Cook.
Wicket looks like it's gone through quite well.
Yeah, it's the same wicket that they played Somerset on Tuesday, a hybrid wicket. There's 2 tracks out there that are hybrids. And play this. In fact, I think this is the 3rd game they've played on it now. I've said it. Lloyd tucking off his hips and coming back from the second. This is going to be tight. Direct hit from Plom.
Brilliant.
Well, Jack Plom may not have taken the catch, but he's taken the wicket. Dead-Eye Dick, wearing 77, is Jack Plom.
What a great throw that was.
Wow. Well, just as Lloyd was beginning to put his foot on the accelerator, Jack Plom finds the answer. Lloyd took a few runs off him off that last over, but he's come back and the direct, had it gone to the wicketkeeper, I think Lloyd would have been back. But the direct hit from Jack Plom made all the difference, and that's why Glamorgan are now 3 down for 39. That's what fascinates me, because we saw them warming up over here with all the different training regimes they do with fielding, with the different angles, with the speed of release, with the footwork, and you see something like that and you go, yeah, wow.
That's why.
There was a man I used to come down and watch down here who could do that. His name was Keith Boyce, and he could hit from the boundary. But Jack Plom, well, a different player obviously, but looks to be having a similar sort of impact on the Essex Eagles right now. End of the power play. Glamorgan 40 for 3. So run rate under 7s.
Yep.
Eagles happy with that?
A very good power play for us. I mean, if you get 3 wickets in that first 6 is always a bonus, and only 40 coming from it. I think that's a win-win for the first part.
Billy Root out to join his captain. Aaron Najjar into the attack from the Hayes Close end. Chris Cook, another guy I guess you've played against a few times. He's seems to have been around for a while. What is he, 35 years of age now, I think? Born in Joburg.
Yep.
Root brings out the reverse sweep first ball.
Yeah, Cook, strong cricketer, very strong down the ground. I'd say good cricket shots generally.
As part of that remarkable finish here, 2018, wasn't it? And it looked like Glamorgan were dead and buried, and he managed to find 60 runs off 29 balls to take the victory. He's a good batsman, player of the year for Glamorgan last year. As I say, taken on the captaincy duties as well. I think he's involved in the 100, so he won't be around for the next month or so. Trying to get on the drive again.
So do they lose players for? Does that affect our 2020 side as well?
Well, it won't affect the T20 side.
No.
Because I'm assuming, and I don't know this, I'm assuming they'll be back for anybody who's involved in the quarterfinals, which is obviously a lot later on, and I think that's after the 100. Essex at the moment have only got Dan Lawrence.
Yep.
I don't think Messrs Harmer and Tenduscarter have been picked up yet, though there is, somebody said there is a wild card call, I think, is it tomorrow or this weekend? So it's possible that they could get picked up. So from an Essex perspective, no. From a Glamorgan perspective, yeah, well, they lose Cook. I think they lose Ingram as well. And their coach, Matthew Maynard, he's going to be coaching for the Welsh Fire as well. And there's another man you know, Matthew Maynard.
Yep. Yeah. Known very well.
Good man?
Good man. Very solid, good man. He lived with us when I was a wee.
Used to babysit you?
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, so got some good memories of Matt, and very good friends with my dad. So Nisham on.
Nisham on, early, 8th over. Interesting to see the mix that Simon Harmer introduces, not bringing himself on yet. More often than not, he's on the first over after the power play. Nisham gets it through Root.
I think the fact that Nijja bowled really well up front there, that he's probably saving himself for a little bit later.
Well, 9 runs off Nijjar's 2 overs.
Yeah.
Indicative of a fairly tight opening 12 balls from the left armour. Cook 0 for 21 off his 2. Plom 1 for 13 off his couple. Lawrence 1 for 3 off his solitary over thus far. But that's the joy for a captain when you've got a mix of options.
Yeah, also batsmen can't get into that if it keeps chopping and changing. So we've had, is this the 8th over now?
Yep.
The 8th over, and we've had
2
already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bowlers in the 8th over.
Yep. And we haven't seen Simon Harmer yet, and we haven't seen, well, Paul Walters, an occasional bowler that Harmer likes to bring in the mix to change things up. Left arm over, of course.
Just doesn't allow batsmen to set on one person. So it's got more and more like that now.
As a bowler, were you one of those that like to chat to batsmen? Was there much banter flying, wind-ups or whatever?
No, we'll say chat. Mine was more just a bit of a smile and just a bit of a fun, really. I'd say a few little bits and pieces.
Silent assassin, were you?
there was no real aggression behind it. It was just a bit of fun and kind of taking the mick, really. Oh,
where did that go? Oh, Wheater's got it.
Wheater's, yeah.
I was looking for the ball. It disappeared against the seats over in that far stand, and I couldn't quite see where that one landed up.
Good pace, good bumper.
He's got some pace, hasn't he, Neesham?
It's quicker than what I thought, actually.
Right, he's pulling Plom back to deep square, just to the left of us.
May have a look at him.
Buttleman is at long leg.
Slower ball.
Was that a sign of the times, David, that there wasn't the chit chat between the two? I mean, I suppose it's dumbed down now that we've got microphones everywhere and cameras everywhere. Has that changed from when you started?
A little bit, I suppose. I think a good smile at a batsman when you've gone past his outside edge, or you've hit him on the pads and it's a close one. I think sometimes. Oh dear.
Root, is that a swing and a miss? Oh, he's got it. I think he got a top edge on it. It's gone for 4, whatever, and the 50 has come up for Glamorgan with 8 overs gone. Neesham will consider himself a little bit unlucky with that last one.
Good ball, another good bumper, good pace behind with that.
Yep. He'll be disappointed that it's 52 for 3. 8 overs gone. Run rate of 6.5 and over so far for the visitors.
Keeping Nijar on as well.
Yeah, interesting whether Harmer will pull himself back and bowl 4 through to the death, maybe. I haven't seen that happen really this season.
Catch.
Oh, Cook's gone high. Walters having to reset the sat-nav to get round to it. Just for a moment, it looked like Paul Walter was going to be in business out here wide mid-off. Again, Nijar getting that full shot. Good use of the feet. Harmer quick to respond. And this is a noticeable improvement, I think, that we're seeing in the Essex fielding. That they seem to be so on the ball.
It's all working well.
Ball,
yeah, all working well today.
And it's a team ethic, therefore. Root looking for that reverse again. He seemed to struggle, Billy Root, in that match against Surrey until the last over. And then he picked up 4 sixes in the final over and put 24 runs on the board. I think it was off Gus Atkinson from memory. Almost came out of nowhere. And you can see Glamorgan understandably trying to really up the ante, make those 1s into 2s if at all possible.
It's also hard losing 3 wickets early.
Yeah.
Just probably consolidating just a little bit, but you don't have long to consolidate.
You've got to reset, but reset quickly.
Yeah.
Nijar to Cook.
So just trying to get a bit of a partnership here by the looks of it. But Nijar bowling really well again. Another over at the moment.
Yep, last ball of his 3rd over.
Catch
and
it.
That's Simon Harmer. I have rarely seen Simon Harmer miss one. It did swerve. We were in perfect line for it. I think he's hurt his left hand there.
Hit that hard.
Oh, didn't he? He slammed that through extra cover. And Harmer, with those bucket hands that normally snaffles everything, it did seem to swerve away with the spin as it as it came
Yeah.
towards Harmer. I don't know whether that unsettled him at all.
I think that and just how hard it was hit. It was hit hard. It still nearly got to the boundary, and he got a real good hand on it as well.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't stopped Harmer from bringing himself on for the 10th over. And as we've seen recently, if Harmer goes for a boundary, he tends to get the wicket next ball. 2 forfers in the last 2 matches from the Essex skipper. Up against Root Jr. Just see that loop, that
Lovely.
tease, isn't it? It's classic off spin bowling, or classic spin bowling, if you will.
It's perfect time for him to come into this as well. A couple of wickets down, needing to push on now.
I'm guessing these two will have had a fair few battles in their time in different countries, maybe. Cook with that nudge through mid-wicket, plums there quickly though. It's one of the things that teams have seemed to have learnt a lot recently, is when to press the accelerator button, when to just ease ahead. You know, Glamorgan in that position of losing 3, Root going straight down and hammering a 4. But teams don't, it's not a matter of just swinging and almost headless cricket, if you will. The teams are happy to pick up a boundary, then pick up a 1 or 2 maybe. Don't go hell for leather too early.
No. This game you still need wickets in hand for the last 3 or 4 overs, because you can get 10, 15 and over last.
Yep. Good awareness from Root.
And if you got number 9, 10 Jack in, it's never as easy to get you 12 and over last 3 or 4 overs. So you want your batters in at the end.
Cook goes for a reverse. Harmer thought he got a chance of an LB there. Mark Newell just in discussion with the Essex skip.
He doesn't look happy there, Harmer.
Doesn't, does he?
Anything like me, I always thought it was our LBW.
Did you have good umpires and bad umpires, or ones that? No, I won't. Let me rephrase that. Ones that you enjoyed bowling with.
The good ones give 'em, the bad ones didn't.
Right, fair enough. Root really works that well, and that's a relatively expensive Simon Harmer over, because that's yielded, is it 12 runs, I think? 11 or 12. I'm just looking to
11, I think that was.
It's 11, wasn't it?
Expensive for him, we should say.
Yeah, exactly right.
Wonder if that finger's, no, it's on his left hand, so want a bit of treatment there, Simon. From that catch, probably.
Oh, definitely. Because that's the hand it swerved through. That one's going to hurt. So Neesham changes ends. Seems everywhere you look there's a New Zealander at the moment, understandably. It's
Best test team in the world at the moment.
deservedly so, I thought.
Definitely.
And popular characters as well. I think their teams tend to be fairly amiable, don't they?
They're a
Kiwis.
They're a good bunch. They're a good bunch. They really are. They look like they all stick together really well, and they've got a good team atmosphere going.
See, is it Hamish Rutherford signed for Glamorgan for the last couple of months for the Royal London Cup and 4 championship games? Of course, formerly of Essex. He's played in Essex colours. Did you play with him?
I played with,
Good man?
Yeah, good lad. Very good player. Left-hander. very nice to watch.
Nation just changing things for the left-handed route. 19 off 14 balls so far.
Oh.
Not sure about that one, but
Try to give yourself a bit of room and go through the gully area, I think. You're playing well. Good wicket to get root now.
yeah, route seems to have moved into gear, shall we say.
Yeah.
Nation
Oh,
going
slow
for
ball.
tennis ball bouncer there.
He's no balled him.
He's-
No?
No, it's a bye,
Bye.
I think. Neil Mallender signalling the bye. That's a heart-in-mouth moment for the bowler, isn't it? You see the arm's going to come up, it's which way it's going to go.
Yeah, you want it to keep going up. You don't want it to come out to the side. Neesham, a lot of slow balls by the looks of it.
Certainly mixing things up. Cook on the drive. Another 4 for the Glamorgan captain. 24 off 20 now. Do you think it helps with umpiring that so many ex-players are now donning the coat?
Yeah, I think so. You kind of, a lot of the players actually know them. They know what they're going through as cricketers as well. So, yeah, I think it's good. Ex-players going in to be umpires.
Not something you considered? Never going to give up the building site?
No. Enjoy the building site, but don't think I could stand there and watch all day. I quite enjoyed play. I loved playing, but I couldn't sit there and watch other
get
people
bored?
playing. I'd get very bored.
Your boredom threshold is only 20 overs.
I'd want to have a bowl.
Show them how it should be done. 77 for 3 now, Glamorgan. 11 overs done. I'll leave you to do the math. Simon Harmer on for his second over. Went for 11 off that first one. Skipper to skipper.
Catch it.
Got him.
Yes. Good wicket.
Chris Cook using his feet to get the pitch of it, but unable to control the ball, and Nijar in perfect position.
Yeah. Good wicket. They were just starting to put the foot down then.
Spinners unite. And that's a plan, right? That was worked. Or is it just fortune and luck and it has to come off at some point?
I think just bowling your best balls and bowling it to where your fielders are. So just a poor wicket at that time.
Yeah.
Just getting going. So people have got themselves in and no one's gone on yet. So that's a big thing for us today so far.
See, Aaron Nijar's certainly pouched a fair few catches so far in this campaign. I'm just looking to see, I think, yeah, that's his 6th catch. Overtaken a certain Simon Harmer.
Simon would have known that as well, I reckon. Having just missed one.
Yeah. He got his man in the end, but he would have preferred to have...
It didn't cost him too many, I don't think.
No. So, Dan Douthwaite. There he is, the former Surrey age group cricketer.
Simon get a few dots now against the new batsman.
Well, they'll certainly be looking to try and keep Root off strike as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Root desperately trying to make a single.
Yeah, we're trying to put pressure on.
If you've got any questions for Mr. Masters. Please, get on Twitter, get on social media and get them in. And if they're legitimate, in inverted commas, we shall endeavour to get an answer out of Hod. Roots looks to be in good touch at the moment. I know he's left-handed compared to his brother, but he's certainly got that fleetness of foot and that balance, apparently. Douthwaite faced the last ball, goes long. That's a great pickup. Whoa!
Great bit of fielding.
That was terrific. Was it Lawrence?
Who's
No,
that?
it was Pepper. Just when he approached it, I thought he's not been careful enough here to make sure he didn't get through, but he was so confident. One-handed pickup.
It did bounce quite awkwardly as well.
So just 4 runs from that second Simon Harmer over. And the score after 12 overs is 81 for 4. Normally it seems to be, well, folklore maybe that the score after 12 is doubled if you get through to 20. So 162. I think Glamorgan would be relatively happy with that.
Yeah.
And the way that they started.
With 4 wickets down.
Neesham.
I think Essex can keep these under 150 here, to be honest. We've got a few big wickets.
Well, the heart of the Glamorgan lineup has been pulled out. I think only Root will be a recognised batsman, albeit Douthwaite is an all-rounder. There's a few all-rounders potentially. Sam Pearce would be another one. I presume he's going to be next in. James Whale as well. Well,
Lots of experience bowling out there to come, so you've still got Neesham for a few. Obviously Harmer still got 2.
that's something that Essex always seemed to have had, is that enjoyment. I was just thinking what you were saying about having a smile on your face. Essex has always seemed to have been about making sure you enjoy your cricket. Was that always the way during your time here?
Yeah, 100%. We
Great,
enjoyed each other's company. Great bit of keeping there from Wheater. We enjoyed each other's company as a side. When we won, we enjoyed it together. Socialising. We wasn't the best team when we lost. So that's why we made sure we won most games.
That's always a good motivator, isn't it?
Yeah, we enjoyed our wins. We always said we will enjoy our wins, whether it was team night with the lads or sitting up in the change room just enjoying it.
Were there people you didn't want to sit near when you'd lost? Who were the worst losers?
Oh.
Was there bat throwers?
Yeah, we had some bad losers. I think most people in our side was bad losers.
Which isn't always an unhealthy thing, is it?
No, it's just how you control it, I suppose. Sometimes I was probably one of the worst for that. Hated losing, but always thought we would win.
Was
quite
it
a
toys
positive
out of the
side.
pram then?
With myself more than anything, I'd say. But yeah, always thought I could have done better to win the game of cricket. Ryan Tenderscott, another one. Hated losing. Blamed himself quite a bit as well if we ever lost. So we'll
Well, then I suppose he was an all-rounder, wasn't he? He doesn't bowl now hardly at all, but he was utilised as a right arm dibbly doubler.
Yeah, he'd come on. He was a bit of a wicket taker actually, Ryan. He'd come on and he'd sneak a wicket or two.
Douthwaite goes high and long and into the Hayes close.
That's a good hit, that. Always short that way, but still we got enough of that.
Yeah, swung through it and a good eye. It's a big man, Douthwaite, as well.
I think he'll look to take pace off against him now. I think every time he's gone with the quicker ball, it's kind of seemed to disappear.
Well, it kind of seems to set up in the slot, doesn't it, with that quicker ball?
Seems to come on a bit better, as we was talking about the wicket earlier being so the wicket is a half artificial. Is that right?
It's basically got a bit of plastic in it to keep it in place. You need to talk to Stu Kerrison because he can give you chapter and verse on it.
Yeah,
but
holds it all together for longer.
Exactly. Therefore, as he's saying, that they're playing on this square virtually every day.
Yeah.
Be it nets or be it matches. Of course, the Sunrisers playing here as well. There's international being played here as well, so there's plenty for the groundsman to do.
Slow ball.
Well, despite the 6, there was still only 10 off that over from Neesham, much as he'll be annoyed with that, no doubt. He's a very sociable character, seems very popular, always very active on Twitter and social media. Are you a social media person?
Not really. I'm on it, but I kind of look to keep
you
up
read
with things.
rather than write.
I read rather than write. I don't write a lot on social media, but here come the chocolates.
Oh, at last. Where's the cup of tea? You just can't get the staff these days. Right. 13 done, 7 to go. Jack Plum is going to get back with ball in hand up against Dowthwaite. This will be an interesting matchup. Dan Dowthwaite.
First 2 overs was brilliant. And you say he's been coming back quite well.
Yeah, he has. He's got a track record of it.
Slow balls.
And this is what I was interested to hear your thoughts on, because these guys now, I know, when you were here, Sam Cook and Jamie Porter, they were coming through the ranks, but they're learning how to bowl these heavy balls, soft balls, whatever it is. The variety is there, it's innate. Whereas the guys like you
had to learn
how to do it almost in mode.
I suppose you never really thought of slower balls until I was probably 22, 23 when these lads are learning that at the age of 10, 11 when
exactly.
They're kids. So it's...
Root goes
slow
high,
ball again.
Man underneath it, and he's taken it. Plum comes back and does the trick once again. It's the Pepper Plum axis working for the Essex Eagles.
Again, to pace off the ball has looked really good tonight. Every time we've taken pace off the ball, it seems hard to hit, and that's a big wicket. He was another one. Root just getting going. He's in and quickly out. Perfect.
Just for a moment, you wondered whether it was going to have legs to actually bounce off the covers in front of the scoreboard, but Michael Pepper had it perfectly judged. And look, it was never in doubt in his mind, was it? That's the confidence of the young man. Yeah, back in the day, in inverted commas, the only slower ball was out the back of the hand, right?
Yeah, people bowled an off cutter, but generally it was...
Fast leg breaks.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I've really come across it was Harvey from Gloucester.
Ian Harvey. Yeah, the Aussie.
Had an amazing slow ball, which no one had a clue how to play it, because it just come out the back of his hand and the seam was upright, and he just made lots of people look really stupid.
Silly.
Especially with Jack Russell standing up, just taking everything and making it look so easy as well, because his other one was quite skiddy as well. So,
and that's it. It's not just having one ball; it's having 2, 3, so that you can get that variety.
Well, exactly. He just had that one, and at that time, like, people had slower balls, but no one had anything like that at the time. And I just remember everyone going, right, I've got to learn how to bowl that one out the back of the hand with the perfect seam.
Yeah.
So everyone was in the nets for the next 2 or 3 months, balls flying everywhere, and that's generally how it evolved. Someone like Harvey just come in and started doing them at will, and Gloucester was really successful for a few years with him doing that.
Sure.
Jack Russell standing up, I just always remember it. It was a hard side to beat.
James Whale, former Durham all-rounder, gets his first ball. Yeah, and you know, we've talked baseball before, but you put the knuckleball in now that has exactly the same action and comes out at half the speed. And they're so accurate. It's not like, you know,
well, that's
they're half
thing.
bungers down the track.
Lots of people will be able to run in and bowl a knuckleball, but it depends where it goes.
Where it lands.
I would hate to think where I'd put it.
Answers on a postcard, please. Plum goes short again, and once again gets a dot ball.
Very good. Just mixing his pace there. Gone from bowling lots of slower balls to new batsman in. I'm going to hit the pitch hard and bowl my best ball. So lovely over this so far. 1 ball to go.
Always that last ball.
Last ball's
Can make or break you.
The last ball's always the hardest one if you've bowled a good over.
Well, Jack Plum's up for it. He's only given away a single. 1 for 3 off that over. 2 for 16 off his 3 overs so far. And that is outstanding bowling from the young Shenfield cricketer.
Very impressive. Looks a good athlete as well.
Yep. Well, that helps, doesn't it? When your pace bowlers have got the athleticism to make a difference in the field.
Yeah, and just be able to keep bowling and to bowl lots of overs and to be able to. You have to bowl lots of overs to practice what you want to do to get your skill sets up. So I think it's a given now. I think it's a given that you're an athlete as a bowler. You have to be able to practice lots. So you need to be able to bowl lots. So you need to be fit, and he looks in good shape.
So the days of Fred Truman going, you need a big posterior to be a fast bowler, they seem to be a thing of the past, right?
Yeah, he used to stop it with his foot as well on the boundary. I'm not sure he'd get away with it nowadays.
Nijar with his final over.
Yeah.
And the Eagles certainly seem to have just strangled Glamorgan in the recent overs, I think. They will feel that they need to get out of their blocks from a batting point of view, of course. And wouldn't surprise me if we're going to see Douthwaite beginning to swing from the hip. Still got 5.5 overs, mind.
Yeah, we'll keep taking wickets. If we keep taking wickets, keep that score low and that run rate lower. He's bowled beautifully there, Nidja. Especially with the short boundary on the leg side and straight. Spinners very rarely bowl this end and get away with it.
Paul Walter out at deep long on. And Neesham out at a wide mid-wicket. Now changing, of course, for the right-hander.
Would Harmer bowl from the bottom end?
Normally.
Yeah.
Don't often see him from this end. Nijar seems to move about a little bit more than his skipper.
Being a left armer, I think. Bowled.
Has he got him?
That's a wicket. No.
Nijar thinks he is. Oh, Malander. Mr. Malander was just teasing there. I wonder whether he was waiting for the batsman to walk. But the Essex players were celebrating, suddenly looked round and realised the umpire hadn't lifted his finger. Douthwaite's gone for 13.
Again, great. Keep taking these wickets.
Well, nice catch from Wheater.
As I said earlier, last five overs, 3 or 4 overs, if you've got your number 8, 9, 10 jack in. That's generally where you want to be.
96 for 6, the scoreboard reads. Ninja are getting the appreciation of teammates and coaches alike. Dowswaite was the one that they were going to try and, or Glamorgan were hoping would be able to get some acceleration into their scoreboard, but he's gone. And now it's young Sam Pearce, first team debut at Sophia Gardens on Tuesday.
Young all-rounder.
Yep, bowled some leg breaks as well. Bowled a couple of overs against Surrey. Very different track this one, mind. But so Aaron Nijjar finishes his 4 overs 1 for 18. Economy rate of 4.5, and that is excellent work from the left armour.
Very good.
He really seems to be finding a very, very good groove. An economy rate so far this campaign of 7.42 before this game. That will come down now, of course. And now taken 8 wickets in the campaign. And that's all you can ask from your left arm spinner. Here's the right arm spinner. Again, that teasing loop for Pearce. Doesn't have a number on his back because they only registered him last week.
Is that right?
Yeah. I was told it was number 19, but I think that was somebody trying to do their lottery numbers.
Fantastic for the young lad.
Yep. Great opportunity. 23 years of age.
Yep.
But chance to make his mark.
Slip's gone in.
Neesham in at slip now for Wale. Into the final quarter of the Glamorgan innings. 1 run off the ton, off the century. Pearce confidently through the leg side there. So the 100's up. 3 overs, 3 balls into the 16th over. From a Glamorgan perspective, David, what are they looking at? What are they hoping for?
Well, they'll be hoping for around 140 now. But that's what they'll look for. But I don't think they'll be getting... I don't think they'll get there. I think if we can get anything under 130 now, 125, 130, I think is where Essex would be quite happy with.
Yeah.
Considering how well they bowled.
Oh, that was tough. That was tough coming down leg side for Adam Wheater.
He's fired that one in.
Pearce trying to use his feet, and Harmer saw him coming, didn't he?
Yep. The wily Harmer.
Conversation between bowler and umpire. I love seeing, you obviously can't hear what they're saying, but the facial Whale goes long. Is that going to be out? Man's underneath it. Taken, no problem.
Lovely.
Buttleman. No, is that Buttleman or Pepper?
Pepper.
It's Pepper, I think, isn't
Pepper
it, again?
I think, yeah. Just held it back a bit.
Another one falls. 103 for 7. Pepper takes his 3rd catch of the innings. Harmer his 2nd wicket.
We've done well because we've just taken wickets all the way through, which just slows them down. So at one stage they was, I think they was 80 for 4.
Yep.
After about, was it 9 and 8 overs? 9 overs.
Yeah, hadn't got halfway at that point.
And we've kind of dragged it back now.
Tom Pearce-Stang giving Michael Pepper a round of applause as Pearce steps forward again to Harmer. Well, the skipper again does the job. Wicket, 6 runs, 2 for 21 now for the Essex cap. 4 overs left for Glamorgan. 103 for 7 with Pearce 3 not out. Taylor yet to face the ball.
Harmer on to 15 wickets now, is it? For the campaign.
Yeah. He's overtaken Sam Cook. Sam Cook had got off to such a good start. Was the leading wicket taker, but as I say, Harmer having taken 4 in each of the last 2 games, plus 2 now.
Here he is now, though, Cook.
Oh, he's got point to prove. Plenty of options. 6 bowlers used by Simon Harmer. Cook coming back for his 3rd. Again,
Bold.
out the back of the hand, and you see it,
slow
the
balls.
loop. Callum Taylor got the award for fans' favourite over the bridge last year. I've got a picture from Darren Shipton, which I'm going to show you in a minute. He says, Dave is such a great bloke. I presume he's talking about you. Oh, another one goes. Hang on, you'll have to wait and see the picture. Pearce has gone. And Cook has got a wicket. So
Cook's chasing Harmer now.
Sam Cook is back on the wicket trail. Good work from Wheater. And the Glamorgan wickets beginning to tumble. Right, here is the picture from Darren Shipton. He says, do you remember this?
I do remember this, yeah.
I presume that's his young lad.
Yeah, young lad.
Timmy Shipton?
Yep,
Is that his
young
name?
Timmy.
Well, Timmy is now 6'4".
Oh dear.
No. He's heading that way, so his dad will say.
Oh, well, great.
Great picture.
That was a finals day, wasn't it?
Just for those of you that are listening and can't see the picture, there's a picture of 2 men,
Number 9s.
boy and man, in the number 9 shirt, in the Masters number 9 shirt, and you have to guess which one is David Masters. That's great. Thank you for that picture, Darren. I hope you're enjoying the game. Leg end, apparently you are.
Lovely.
See, you have made an impact. Well, Sam Cook has certainly made an impact. Andrew Salter is out a lot earlier than he was hoping in the 17th over. .104 for 8. Glamorgan falling away.
Some great bowling. Some great bowling today. The mixing up from the bowlers. Harmer, captaincy, very good.
Again, that slower ball.
He's not let the Glamorgan batters settle today, Harmer. He's changed it around, mixed it up. And the bowlers have come in and done a great job. So far. Still got 3 overs and 2 balls left. Sam Cook, 1 for 22. Oh, yes!
Another direct hit. This time it's Tender Scarter. And the Essex Eagles are on fire with the ball. Not much that Taylor could do there. But Tender Scarter has still got it.
The old boy has still got it. Always being a very good fielder. Kept himself in real good shape. Got himself around there really quickly. And released it just as quick. Not bad for an old timer.
He's still, I mean, it's just amazing at 41. Look at this. It's the balance, the awareness, the anticipation, and then the accuracy. Yeah, no wonder you're smiling. He's done so much for Essex, and we talk rightfully about you as a legend. That man there is on the same page.
Yeah, he's a great man, a very, very good captain. Very, very good captain.
Cook goes through and gets the second wicket, and it's all done.
Fantastic bowling and fielding display from Essex. Simon Cook goes on to 15 wickets as well. He's not going to let Simon Harmer get away from him.
He's certainly not. And there's no way that Glamorgan are getting away from Essex, because they've set what feels to be at the moment a fairly paltry target of 105 to win this one. The run rate just over 6, but all the Essex bowlers coming through to do a really, really good job. Cook finishing with 2 for 22. Nijar 1 for 18 from 4. Dan Lawrence picking up the wicket. Jack Plom picking up a couple of wickets, 2 for 16 from the right arm paceman. And Harmer, of course, 2 for 21 from the Essex captain. And it's all gone to plan thus far for the Eagles. Is it going to continue? Well, there's plenty to sort out in terms of batting-wise. But you look at that scoreboard for Glamorgan, just 3 players got into the 20s, nobody able to kick on. Douthwaite, the only other man who got into double figures. And Essex able to take wickets at just the right time, and that seemed to be critical in just stemming the flow or just holding Glamorgan back. The run out from Plom, the run out from Tendascarter, vital at their times, and that is what Simon Harmer and Anthony McGrath will have asked before they stepped out on to the pitch. They've put the noose around Glamorgan's neck and they've tightened it. 104 all out, the Welshmen. They've set the Essex Eagles 105 to win. Well, welcome back to the Cloudfm County Ground, where we've just seen the Eagles really turn the screw on their visitors this evening. I'm joined once again by Essex legend David Masters. David, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, we started really well. Boys got the balls in the right areas, changed it up, mixed their paces up really well, and foot on the throat throughout the campaign. And I'd just say, like, kept taking wickets. We kept taking the wickets at critical times.
And it wasn't always the bowlers, because we saw 2 run-outs, brilliant run-outs, direct hits. Jack Plom, Ryan Tendascarter, took wickets at just the right time, which stopped batsmen, Glamorgan batsmen, from really being able to get any speed into their innings.
Yeah, the bowlers definitely backed up by the field. I think it was Pepper who took an amazing catch out on the boundary quite early, and I think that got us momentum. I think that pushed us on and got us in the right frame.
Momentum in any sport is critical. The Eagles seem to have built on the momentum from that Somerset win. Now sometimes it's a fragile momentum, but they seem so full of confidence right now.
Yeah, and that's how these competitions are won sometimes. Sometimes you can start off really slow as a side, and I think that happened a few years ago when we won
2019.
it. Yeah, started off quite slow and then all of a sudden got momentum and needed to win games towards the end to go through, and momentum is massive in this form of the game.
Bowling as a pack is always very important for a captain, for the team. We've seen both spinners, we've seen the pacemen really mixing things up, but all bowling to a plan, it would appear, and being able to apply pressure, and that's what counted in that first innings, I guess.
Yeah, and I'd take me out for Simon Harmer there. He's mixed his bowlers up really well. The batsman never got time to get stuck with the same bowler. He kind of, even though they was bowling well, he still mixed them up and brought someone else on and changed things up. So no one got used to anyone, and that's a big thing at this ground especially.
Power plays are always so important. We've seen from both sides, from the Eagles side and from the opposition, that if you get a good start in a power play, then you're going to set the stall out. Now Glamorgan didn't, and that again was important, that you take wickets inside those first 6 overs.
Massive, and they didn't really get away either. Only getting 40, I think it was, off the first 6, and but the 3 wickets are the key in that part of it, and getting them wickets. Actually, you've got your main 3 batsmen out there, and then we just. No one got past 25, would they have?
Yeah, 25.
25 was the highest score.
Captain Chris Cook. That was kind of it. And yeah, Glamorgan are a very young team. It's not easy to. We've talked about getting experience, buying experience into a team when you've got so many youngsters. And credit to them, they've got a lot of youngsters coming through, a lot of Welsh youngsters critically, but it takes time. And I think we saw towards the latter end of that innings, I think the last 5 wickets for a solitary run. And you can't do that, can't finish as early in a T20 match as they did then.
No, I think Matthew Maynard will be up there. He'll be scratching his head a little bit, but he has got some young lads there, and that with young lads you do get a bit of inconsistency. But hopefully today our young lads can show them how that's done.
Well, we certainly saw consistency from Michael Pepper in that last game, leading Essex home against Somerset. Buttleman as well. Wheater played well, 49 from Adam Wheater on Tuesday. So those opening batsmen, the top order batsmen, seem to have got some form. Dan Lawrence, you know what a class act he is. Jimmy Neesham, we've seen 1.5 century from the Kiwi. We know there's a lot more to come from him. So there's plenty of skill and class in that Essex top order to do the job.
Yeah, and I'll assume they'll get on and get that done today. It's not a very big score for here, but still got to get the runs. And
it ain't over until it's over.
It's never over, especially in this format of the game. But I think we've got far too much there to not get that score.
This is a hybrid wicket, which we've talked a bit about. Has it played as you thought it would from what you've seen from the boundary edge?
Yeah, interestingly, when our bowlers seem to get it right quite quickly, lots of slower balls seem to sit in the pitch. Our spinners bowl brilliantly to it, but we'll just see how they go about that. We'll see how their bowlers adapt to playing on that wicket.
Well, umpires are about to step out for their second innings. The Essex Eagles are chasing 104. 105 is their target. Join us after these ads for the Essex Eagles' response to that Glamorgan score. Welcome back to the Cloudfm County Ground. Just a reminder of some of the games coming up. Tickets are now on sale for the Royal London Cup matches, beginning here on Sunday the 25th of July. Middlesex will be the visitors. Full groups games this year as we welcome back the 50 over competition once again. Tickets priced for members obviously free, £15 for adults, £10 for students and young adults, £5 for juniors. There's family tickets available too, 2 adults and 2 kids for £32. The Sunrisers and Northern Diamonds will be here tomorrow, Friday the 2nd of July. Their T20 match in the Charlotte Edwards Cup will take place starting at 6:30. Tickets £10 for adults and £5 for juniors and teens. So Adam Wheater, Will Buttleman ready to roll in that game at Sophia Gardens. It was 153 for 6 that the Eagles set Glamorgan, and they achieved it fairly easily with an over to spare and 7 wickets left as well. But this is a different contest. Glamorgan really unable to hit their straps due to the stranglehold really that the Essex bowlers were able to put on them, and the fielders as well. And it's important to stress how good that fielding was, catching, run-outs, wicket-keeping as well. Adam Wheater, of course, behind the stumps once again. So we shall see how these two settle about their target. Worked out pretty well in that Somerset game. Put it on 32 before Buttleman went. As I say, Wheater falling 1 short of his half century eventually. Buttleman will take first, as I think Glamorgan are going to open from the river end. Andrew Salter has got the ball in his hand. Chris Cook, of course, with the gloves on. You'll notice I'm being very, very kind to Mr. Masters because he's been provided with an Indian meal. And there's the first start. He can enjoy that one. No, don't worry, you finish your food. I'll just smell it. First ball, Buttleman clips Salter off his hips. Yeah, you can take the man out the Cloudfm County Ground, but Steve, they still love you. Don't talk, just eat. They still love you. I have to tell you, we've got 10, 12 people in here, and he's the only one that's had hot food provided. That tells you everything you need to know about how much David Masters is loved in this locale. It's not, oh, I shall have it sent back. Have the staff flogged. Wheater about to face his first ball. Batted really well in that Somerset game. Uses his feet, nimbly gets to the pitch of the ball and puts it out to the Tom Pearce stand. I think the key thing for the Eagles is that they keep a regular mindset and not thinking this is going to be an easy target. Again, Salter trying to put it into the pads, but Wheater's too good off his legs for that. Eagles already into double figures, 4 balls into the first over. Controlled play from the Essex openers puts 12 runs on the board, with still a final ball to come from Andrew Salter. Salter in for Tim van der Hoofden, who's rested for this game. Played in the opening 4 T20 games, but hasn't been involved since. So it's a baker's dozen for the Eagles for their first over. the surf finished? Would you like a dessert or something to wash that down with? You're going to stick with water. Right, let's see who's going to come on. I think it's going to be, Roman Walker. He's going to get first dibs down the hill. Young man who bowled well in that Surrey game. Are you back with us? Hang on. I'll turn you on. Feel fed and watered now.
Yep, straight from the building site, you see.
Oh, you can, etc., etc. Right, Battleman to face Walker. Big call and Battleman goes. Walker strikes first ball. Up tight on Battleman's pads, not allowing him to take a pace away from the crease. And that is a good start for Roman Walker.
I shouldn't have put the earphones on, I should have carried on.
No, stay away.
Come to watch Dan.
Dan the man.
Dan the man, he was a young lad coming through.
Was he?
Yeah, so played in his first class game with him.
What was he like? Was he chirpy and?
He was. He gave Peterson a little bit of a.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
really?
He did. Yeah, he did.
Did it come back?
Peterson was giving him a bit of stick, I think, in a Surrey game, and I think he went and got 150 or something like that. And certainly, he said to Peterson, "Not bad for a young un, eh?" So yeah, he's a good lad.
Were you surprised, delighted, whatever, to see him represent England and do well?
Oh yeah, mate, amazing, brilliant. It's fantastic. Every time I see any of the lads doing really well and achieving things in this game, it's fantastic, especially when they've come through and you've been there when they've been there at a young age. It's great to see.
Yeah, that's the joy, and I say this for Glamorgan as well. When you get that connection with local boys making good, and being able to come up through the ladder, through their clubs at home, through their schools as well, and then get into the county setup, and then hopefully press through into the international world as well. It's so. Oh, is that a no ball? Malander at this end, or was he just pointing at something? It's so good to see, because that connection, the recognition, is such a strong part of the whole county then, the whole setup. Just getting through a little bit quicker on that than he thought, but he's off the mark.
Essex have always been fantastic at that, bringing their youngsters through, bringing the academy boys through. Every year when I was there, there was a couple each year who'd come off the academy straight into the squad, and we just keep on bringing them through.
Tries to go full, and I think we'd have got that on the full, but unable to break.
Young Nidja, another one who's come through the ranks.
Well, the work that Barry Himes has done in the academy, and the relative ease with which those youngsters have integrated into the adult group, in inverted commas.
Yeah.
Or senior group.
The senior guys are great now. It was very different from when I was coming through. But the senior guys are so good now. They bring them in, they arm round the shoulders, and kind of they are straight in, and one of the lads, and that's how it was. And as I say, it's so much better now than what it was years ago when I first come through. It was.
Did you have to clean boots and stuff?
It was just a lot harder. You was down there. They come in as an equal nowadays, which is how it should be. They come in as an equal player, and even though they're senior players and they have respect for the senior players and everything like that, when we get out there playing cricket and we're off the pitch, everyone's an equal, and
they have a voice.
They do, and these young lads now, they come out and they talk when they need to talk, and they put their points across, and it's fantastic, and it's a very Essex thing, I think.
Gaswaite to Lawrence, puts him through extra cover. It's good fielding down there. That is really good fielding, and I think that's Colin Ingram.
Yeah, one of the old boys.
36 young on Saturday. 36 years young, I should say. And putting his body on the line for Glamorgan there. Damn Dowthwaite. Won't need shoulder pads in those jackets, will he?
He's a big lad.
Coming back to the second, that is very good from Adam Wheater. Back to the danger end.
These two are quick.
Skittling through so quickly. Kieran Carlson's no slouch himself, but Wheater was calling two as soon as he hit that.
Got a bit of pace, this lad.
Yeah, I know he impressed many a county. I think he went across the bridge in the end for university.
Right.
And that's when he sort of came onto Glamorgan's radar. But as I say, he's Surrey born and bred. And then stayed in Wales after uni. Was offered a contract, and he offers plenty value. That is a brilliant catch if it is. No. Chris Cook didn't go up for it, just the bowler went up for it, but it's a terrific take.
Off the pad, I think.
Adam Wheater certainly didn't move. Well, the South African glovesman really showed some fine form there, fine balance. (21 for 1), last ball of the third over. Again, Wheater quick to use his feet and quick to get up next to the stumps. Never any chance of a run out. 22 on the board now. Essex still with an easy required run rate, under 5 and over.
Be nice to get the crowds back in, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's whatever it is, 600-800 here, but it would be wonderful to have, well, what was ostensibly known as Friday night, the County Ground. It certainly has a very different atmosphere.
It's like playing with 12 sometimes here with that crowd.
Yeah. Does it make that much difference?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it's awful to play here as an opposition with
When
the
there's a
crowd.
full house.
Yeah, it makes it so fielding wise.
There's not many shy retiring wallflowers here on a Friday night, are there?
No. A few drinks in them as well.
Roman Walker back into the attack. Really opened up so well in that first over. Yeah, that's one of the strengths, I think, and you have to use your strengths, don't you? You don't have huge numbers here, maybe that you do in some other sports stadia around the county circuit, but you make the most of what you've got. Essex historically always have done.
Yeah, very loud, very intimidating for opposition to come.
And you
come in
can
with
hear
that.
everything that's said.
Yes. Oh.
Lawrence is going to have to scoot. I think he's just got there. Wheater thought he was going to the danger end and called him through, but Lawrence wasn't sure. What were the best remarks you had shouted at you, either here or elsewhere? Do you have any that stick to mind?
Yeah, one good one, I suppose. Chris Gale batting. Reece Topley bowling. Top edge. I was down by the scoreboard and come flying down to me, dropped it, palmed it for 6. Some bloke behind me shouted, "You just dropped the game." Chris Gale went on to get a very, very, very quick 50, I think, off about 12 balls.
And the game was done.
Game was done. Yeah, he was right. Shot.
Lawrence bringing out the irons. Maybe the driver on that occasion. He was there for him to hit, and he dutifully hit it. Final ball now of the fourth over. I mean, the power play in this is kind of inconsequential, isn't it? Because it's such a low target.
Yeah, it is. It's such a low target, but again, you've got to do all the right things. You've got to play in the right way. You've got to look as though you're looking to get 150, 160.
And keep that mindset.
And keep that mindset is what they will do. They'll probably look to get 45, 50 off the first six. Maybe the one down, two at the worst case. And play as though they're looking to get the 160.
Yeah, 27 for 1 off 4 so far, so they'll be lucky to get 50 on the board, but making some progress. David Lloyd being brought into the attack early on. Right on medium. Wheater in double figures, 12 off 12. Adam Wheater really seems to have moved up a few gears as a batsman, let alone as a wicketkeeper probably as well. But we know how important confidence is, but you see him on the balls of his toes and moving so quickly. His balance seems to be in such a good place.
Yeah, good player, and great shot through the covers. Yeah, obviously Adam was here as a young lad, got himself into the first team, but obviously with probably one of the best wicket keepers we've had at Essex for as far as I can remember anyway, in Foster. Adam went to Hampshire for a couple of years, didn't he, and then found his way back here when James was coming to the end.
How reassuring was it to bowl when you had Foster with the gloves behind the stumps?
Oh,
was he standing up to you?
Oh yeah, Fozzie stood up. One-day games.
Surely that must be a blow to your macho pride, wasn't it?
No, not at all. I loved it.
You're right arm fast masters. What are you having the wiki standing up to you?
Right arm very medium. But
military medium, more than that.
Yeah, military medium. Very, very, very medium. But no, just we had lots of bowled masters, caught Fosters, and we had a few bowled masters stump Foster. So
did you?
He got me a few wickets that way as
well.
well.
So you'll take those, wouldn't you?
Exactly right. So no, he was special.
Such a glove man. I mean, I still think, you know, even in world cricket, he was one of the premier glove men.
And he was also such a good batsman as well. I don't think he got the respect he should have done with his batting. I remember one game, actually these two, we played against Hampshire, and it was Wheater's first game back here playing for Hampshire.
Yeah.
And Fozzie went out and got 100. Showed why he's there. But then young Wheater come out and got 100 as well.
Really?
And it was fantastic. Yeah, it was brilliant. And so great to see Wheater back. Shot.
Well, Lawrence goes heavy on it. He's going to just squirt away.
Oh, great bit of fielding.
Great fielding in that corner. Just looking to see who it was. I think it was Walker. Yeah, it was Roman Walker down there in the corner. Stopped a couple of runs at least. 38 for 1 now off 5. 1 over left of the power play. Wheater on 21, Lawrence 11.
Have you spoke to Dan about his England stuff? Is he?
Yeah, he seems remarkably grounded on it. I mean, obviously delighted, and so he should be.
Yeah.
But he's learning about it. He's learning about himself as well, critically, of course. Down to weight, changing ends, and building on it. And that's that's what you ask any young man to do, isn't it? He's got the talent. What is he? 24, 25, 24, I think now. So he's still got so much time.
And very confident. He's always been a confident lad, Dan.
It's important to be.
Yeah, well, you need it.
As long as the confidence doesn't turn to arrogance, then you're okay, aren't you? Pick up. Oh, it's spilled on the square leg. That's root out there. It was a difficult sighter. I'm not sure how much he picked up because the pavilion is his cloth behind that ball. And Wheater's got away with one there.
Yeah, he just looked to help it on his way, Wheater, and got a little bit more on it than what he probably thought.
That's right.
Quick ball.
Short. He's got the physique of an opening bowler. Look at him.
Big lad, strong lad.
Yeah.
You'd think he was a Welsh lad, wouldn't you?
I think he's a back row rugby player for the Welsh. Probably a 6 or a 7, I think.
Yeah. He's got a bit of pace about him.
Lawrence is going to have the last word, though.
Yeah.
Just a couple of steps down the track and sends him back over his head. Dowswaite doing the teapot in the middle of the pitch. Have a look at this.
Whack. Dan would say, bigger they are, the harder they fall. Great shot.
2 balls left for Dan Dowswaite to have some say, and he's chuntering away to himself. Not happy. What's this going to be? Down leg side. It's going to make it even worse because he's given away a wide. Dowswaite, 24 years of age. Apparently got out 3 times on his debut. Got stumped on a no ball, caught off a free hit before he was eventually out. Talk about having 3 lives. He's trying to get 1 life out of Lawrence now with the ball.
So I'll be happy with 45-50 in the first 6.
Yeah.
1 down.
You're not wrong. Have you done your numbers for tomorrow, Saturday?
No.
Missed opportunity. Not too late. Final ball. This over. Lawrence safely plays it back. 44 for 1. 6 overs. The power play is done. Just the 1 wicket of Buttleman conceded.
One thing I've noticed, they've not bowled as many slower balls as what we did, which is interesting.
Well, again, I was watching that broadcast from of the Glamorgan Surrey game from Sapphire Gardens on Tuesday. My old mates Mark Church and Nick Webb down there, and Nick was saying that the pitches down there generally have been slow and somewhat inconsistent bounce. So when you're bowling on that for at least half of your campaign, you're going to bowl to that measure, aren't you?
Yeah, well, you don't need to mix it up too much if the pitch is doing it for you.
Yeah.
So you just run in and hit an area and the pitch does it.
Sam Pearce with his leg spin. A couple of overs in that game on Tuesday. Wheater facing. Again, dancing down the track. You can imagine Adam Wheater's got some good shapes when he gets out at night.
Oh, what with the footwork?
Yeah. Just seems to have that about him. I know he's small, but
Well, he runs between people's legs of an evening on the
Wayne
dance floor.
Sleep of the Essex Eagles. It's a good first 3 balls from Sam Pearce. We're struggling to get him away.
Again, I think the slower bowlers have been the harder ones to hit today. Taking pace off. Spinners, apart from
it's a bit fuller and in the groove for Wheater. Good stop out there on the cover boundary from Salter, the other spinner, of course, in this Glamorgan lineup. Salter's bowled the opening over, but I haven't seen him since. Wheater gets a somewhat fortunate single, or is it going to be a double? With Lawrence's pace and Wheater's pace, that's a double. Glamorgan think they've got him, but Wheater doesn't. And neither does Neil Mallender. So a good opening over from the leggy Pearce, 4 off it. Wheater struggled to get him away. Wheater now 26 off 25. Lawrence 15 off 13. The strike rate pretty inconsequential. It's more about the scoreboard and working its way towards 105, which is their total this evening, their target. Now we're going to have our first sighting with the ball from James Whale. A new addition, of course, to these Glamorgan ranks this season. There he is, big tall man.
Is this his first year?
Yep, first year. He made his name really with Durham.
Yeah.
As an all-rounder. I'm trying to add something to Glamorgan's cause.
Oh.
That was athletic. I'm not sure whether it was a chance or not.
Yeah, drop
Initially,
catch.
it was? Right.
Yeah. Look, got fingers to it.
That was a good
Great
attempt
effort
from Callum Taylor.
Great effort. He charges in, this lad. He runs in hard.
27 years of age now.
Could be 2.
Yep, Wheater's going to come back for what will be an easy second there.
Quick between the wickets, these two. It's 50 up.
50 up of 44 balls. 25 minutes have gone since they began this inning. Slower ball, Wheater onto it, smashes it away through mid-on. Walker thought he was in with half a chance, pulled the full dive out, but it was always working its way away from him. As the Eagles wicket finds Whale to his liking. 7 off 3 balls so far. Again, coming down the track. This time Walker does manage to stop it. Good work from the fast bowler. We talked a lot about your bowling. What was your batting highlight? I know you weren't known for swinging the wood, but what's your favourite batting memory?
Well, I've got a first class 100.
Ooh!
So
I doffed my cap.
yeah.
Who was that against?
That was against Sussex.
Right.
And I got 119, not out.
Oh, look, sorry. I'm just enjoying that square cut
That was
from
a
Dan
beautiful
Lawrence.
shot. I think I might have had one of them in there as
Did
well.
you?
Yeah.
You got
similar.
You got footage of it.
Might have been a bit more edge to it than.
So when was the 100 then? I'm sorry, my ignorance. But
No, it was a long time ago. I was
last
playing for
century, this
Leicester.
one?
I was playing for Leicester
Yeah.
probably 2004 maybe, somewhere around about there. Would it be? Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, around about there. 2003, 2004. I don't know, somewhere around about there.
And what number were you batting?
I was a night watchman.
Really?
So I think I come in at 3 or 4. So, yeah.
Batting with who? Nico or somebody like
I
that?
actually batted a lot with a lad called John Sadler.
Yeah?
Yorkshireman.
I remember the name.
Yeah, John Sadler. We had Philip de Freitas was captain. Nixon was playing. I think Jeremy Snape was playing then. Maybe Claude Henderson, left arm spinner.
West Indian? No.
West Indian, Otis Gibson, he wasn't there then.
Right, I remember they had an overseas, didn't they?
Yeah, so...
So did that push you towards all-rounder status, or was that...
No.
Did you negate that
No, definitely
in
not.
subsequent innings?
It was actually a drunken night the night before, I think, what helped.
You were seeing 2 balls, and luckily you hit the right one.
Yeah, it was last game of the season, actually, and Sussex needed to win the game to win the league.
Oh, really? So it had a lot on it from them.
Not for us. Hence a night out last night.
Oh,
out,
Lawrence
lovely shot.
steps up. Has he got enough on it? Oh, that is tough from Roman Walker. That was a sterling effort from the Glamorgan fast bowler. Just take a look at this. This was almost but not quite. Lawrence getting right to the pitch of it, but look at this. Desperately trying to hold it in. I don't think he would have held it anyway, but Lawrence now beginning to attack the young leg spinner. So you didn't have to bat twice in the same match then, presumably, or was that the second innings?
That was the second innings.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so we it was chanceless till the end.
Till you got out.
Till I got out.
Doesn't matter. What did you do when you hit 3 figures? Did you know how to celebrate and how to
Actually, I asked for
take the ovation?
I asked for a drink because I was quite dehydrated, as you could imagine, and I got a bottle of Budweiser come out as my drink. But it was in a water bottle, and I
So
didn't
nobody
realise.
knew.
So it actually got spat out straight away as I
So you
was.
slugged it.
Yeah, different days then.
Oh, I bet.
And night out in Brighton didn't help. Well, it helped my batting, but not my hangover next day.
With Sir like the top on or off. But did subsequently then, did you have any aspirations to bat higher? I mean, what number were you batting generally?
I generally bat. I used to bat around 8 or 9.
And we just squeezed that beautifully through 4 or 4. The half-century partnership continues to grow. The Eagles have got this one in the bag already. You would think 9 overs done. 74 now for 1. Just 31 runs needed. So sorry, I interrupted you.
No. Where was we?
Where were you batting?
I generally batted around 8 or 9.
Okay.
So
Leading the bowling pack.
Yeah, leading the bowling pack. Probably, I was probably a better batter than what I actually done. To be fair, I think I bowled so many overs that when it was time to go and practice batting and try and work on my batting, probably sat upstairs and put my feet up quite a bit more than what I should have done.
Only so many hours in the day.
Yeah, so probably one of my regrets probably that I didn't put a bit more time into my batting and actually work a little bit harder maybe on my batting, but it might have made it harder with the bowling. So
yeah. So into the attack from this end will be Andrew Salter once again. Well, changing ends, but trying to make a difference to this game that's really falling away from Glamorgan fairly swiftly now as Lawrence and Wheater find a different gear.
it looks a different wicket for our boys. It's played really well.
You have to look at the way it's being bowled on, and I think
Yeah.
that is a pertinent view. Home advantage is really helping Essex in this one in particular.
So as much as we batted really well here, our bowling and fielding today was
Top draw.
outstanding.
Yeah. Talking of which, Hod, you know you have the pleasure of picking the Woodland Group Eagle of the match, so you might want to start giving that some thought, the way this game's going. Lawrence going deep, just managing to get it over the boundary for another maximum. I don't know whether Dan Lawrence knows there's no football on tonight, but the way he's going, he wants to get back and watch something. I hope he's recorded Coronation Street anyway. Yeah, you'll need to just give some thought and maybe have a short list, and you can talk us through that shortly.
Yeah, no worries.
There's an ease to Dan Lawrence's batting which is just glorious to watch.
Oh, it's lovely to watch, and just as so Wheater today has batted beautifully.
Yeah.
Free flowing shots, milked it around as well. Got his singles well. These two have run between the wicket really well.
Oh, that was an opportunity that Ingram thought he had. Same position that Simon Harmer spilled that catch in the first innings.
There's been two dropped there.
Yep. So Wheater gets another life. He's not going to use it though. Easy stumping for Cook. Wheater goes for 39 off 32.
Yeah, no, great innings.
Partnership of 70.
Great innings.
That really has, you would think, sealed the match.
Something seriously wrong would have to happen here to lose it from here. But no, that's he's come out there and he's done exactly what he's probably been asked to do from his captain.
Yep. Yeah, it certainly was very efficient, very effective from the Eagles glove man. And now the informed Michael Pepper steps out. An awful lot for him to do, you would think, this evening.
That'd be good. I've not seen a lot of young Pepper batting.
Yeah,
so
well, he came in ostensibly as the backup wicket keeper, but it's such a classy bat. Whether he or... Oh, there's a miss stumping.
you get a bit on it.
He's coming back for the second. Let's see what the signal is. No, it's
That's
byes being
byes.
given. So a definite miss stumping from Chris Cook there.
Dan Lawrence wants to get this over and done with quickly by the looks of it.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Must have turned a bit, that one.
Sam Pearce coming in for another go. And again, Lawrence uses his feet. This time caution prevails. 37-38 now off 25 balls from the England international bat. Just looking at the table at the moment, the Eagles in 6th with 9 points. Somerset one place above them with 10, and Sussex Sharks with 11, but Sussex and Somerset have a game in hand over the Eagles. So it is a matter of winning every game.
Keep winning.
And hope that those other teams drop some points in this run-in. Pearce, Pepper, a little tentative on that forward push. Going to ask you for your nominations and winner of the Woodland Group Eagle of the match in a minute. The way this game is going, I don't think we're going to see 20 overs in this second innings, that's for sure. Sam Pearce with the last ball of his third over. Just 4 off it, plus that missed stumping. Slight frustration that he's allowed that single, but that's impressive start. 3 overs, 0 for 19 for the young leggy. 88 for 2 off 11 now. 17 runs left for the Eagles. Of course, plenty of time. Right, you can tell me who's in the frame, Hod, for the Woodland Group Player of the Match.
So I've got 4. I've got 4, which is Dan Lawrence.
Yep.
And Adam Wheater, because they both obviously batted beautifully, but being a bowler, I was always going to choose a bowler.
Yeah.
So it was out of 2, Aaron Nidger and Jack Plum.
Okay.
But I'm going to go with Jack Plum.
Yeah.
I think he showed lots of variations. He bowled well at the beginning, and then he come back and bowled well at the end as well.
And the run out.
And an amazing run out from the boundary.
Yep.
So for me, I think he was really good in the field as well.
Yep.
For me, being a seamer, I'm going to go with a seamer.
Keep it in the family.
I'm going to keep it in the family. Jack Plum, very well played today.
So congratulations to Jack Plum, today's Woodland Group Eagle of the match. That was a real tough chance for Salter. My goodness me, he's feeling that.
He hit that hard.
Yeah, he caught it right in the middle, didn't he? He's recovered. In his third over, 1 for 23, his figures so far. Pepper with that little rollover shot into the leg side. It's interesting, you know, we talk about the young generation and the way that it's so used to it. The shots that they've invented and developed just, you know, continue to amaze. Because Josh Butler would be at one of the forefront artists of that particular genre, but even these youngsters, you see Michael Pepper now just working it into a different position.
He's got good balance at the crease, hasn't he? As I say, I've not seen a lot of him, so it's nice to get a bit of a...
It's all the wrists, it's all the hands, isn't it? That's what they'll tell you. That's going to be a wide ball. Just being able to use that dexterity and get the bat almost into different positions than we used to. Use it in a different way. Well, he's used it in a more traditional way. Has it gone long enough? I'm not sure it has. No, it hasn't. Oh, and it's dropped. Oh, and it's Root again. That's the second one that Root has dropped. Yeah. Well, Pepper's had a life. Wheater had a life before him. And it went up a long way. A long way. But Billy Root couldn't hang on to it.
Shot.
Well, this one's going to go. Nobody's going to catch that unless they're actually walking down New London Road. .47 now to Dan Lawrence. Strike rate of 162. And heading for another 50, you would think. Oh, he goes and slashes at that, and that's fortune favouring the brave for Dan Lawrence. His second 50 of this T20 campaign, and the Eagles almost there now. That 50 coming up off 30 balls, 4 fours and a trio of 6s within that 51 runs. Well, he's a class act, He's proved that for the Eagles. He's proved it already with England. "12 overs are done, but I don't think we're going to see the 14th over, let's put it that way. In fact, no, the scoreboard's done. There's only 2 runs needed.
Leave it to Dan.
Dan Lawrence is going to be given the responsibility, in inverted commas, of taking Essex over the winning line. The scores are tied.
Lovely
Lawrence
shot.
puts it through, extra cover to finish things off. He'll finish on 55 not out. Pepper 4 not out. The Eagles win by 8 wickets with over 7 overs left. That is a big win for the Eagles as they press through towards the final stages of this Vitality Blast T20 campaign. Well, everything that the Eagles touch seemed to work, pretty much.
Yeah, very good all-round display today. Started from the bowlers and the fielding side, and then Wheater and Dan Lawrence have just finished the job.
You know, they lost Buttleman early on, but it didn't seem to make too much difference. The confidence is now rife in this Eagles batting lineup. And Wheater and Lawrence put on 70 for the second wicket. Looked in total control. Glamorgan really, their bowlers didn't really seem to find the way to bowl on this track. And the 2 Eagles batsmen made the most of it. Wheater falling in the end for 39, stumped off the bowling of Salter. Lawrence carried things on though with that half century. Pepper just stepping out to help things over really. And now the Eagles, well, there's a slight hiatus in the fixture list in terms of there's not another game I think until Friday week, till tomorrow week, when they've got Sussex at Hove. That's been a good ground for the Eagles in recent years. Dan the Man seemed to do the job there. Was it last year or the year before? And then they wait another week for Hampshire away before they finish against Middlesex here on Sunday the 18th. That's the final game. So it's all working well for the Eagles right now. We shall have more discussion with David Masters and hopefully with our Woodland Group Eagles player of the match after these ad breaks. So if you're just joining us, where have you been? The Eagles have already won. They won by 8 wickets with over 7 overs to spare. We talked about confidence in sport, David Masters. That is a confident outfit right now.
Yeah, it's good to go into a bit of a break now. I think they've got winning like that, that's a real good drum in that.
They would wish though that they had more games coming up shorter.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it would have been the India game, of course, coming up on the fixture list, but now they've got to wait 8 days before they go again.
Yeah, but that'd be in the back of their mind now. They'll be able to go away and they'd be happy. They know they're in a bit of nick. The batters have got themselves in a bit of nick there, and as a bowling and fielding and the captain, I mean that was ruthless. That was complete and utter ruthless with the fielding part of it.
The fielding is critical. We've talked about it in commentary, how important it is. Did it surprise you, the sharpness, the alertness, not just with the run-outs, but with some of the catches, with some of the general fielding, than what you saw this evening?
Yeah, just the thinking by the bowlers as well, and the quick changes from the captain. As a whole, I think that's probably one of the better ones you'll see as a fielding display. They've done everything right. I think obviously Harmer dropped a catch, but it was other than that, it was faultless bowling and fielding, and the captain got all his changes done at the right time, and very good.
And it is that mix, isn't it, when you've got a bowling unit like the Eagles have got now, with the variety that they've got. All right, we didn't see Paul Walter tonight, but you look at the way that Harmer's using those bowlers, providing a break if necessary, but more often than not getting the breakthrough that they're looking for, and changing the dynamic of the opposition innings.
Yeah, and it was great. From the start, we had 4 different bowlers in the first 4 overs. He got all that right, and no one let him down. None of the bowlers let him down. But you can bowl well, and if the fielding side don't do their job, it can go the other way. So, as a whole, as a package tonight, they're fielding and bowling, and then went and finished it off in style with the bat.
Well, no surprises as to who David Masters chose for the Woodland Group Eagle of the match. It was one from the bowling pack. Let's find out now. Yes, it is, of course, Jack Plom. Jack, congratulations. I interviewed you before the match and I said this was all going right, and it was all working. Everything seems to be slipping into gear for the Eagles right now, particularly in the field.
Yeah, I know. The lads train hard every day, and today it paid off. We bowled exceptionally well. We batted really well towards the end, and obviously fielding as well. Took our chances. What more can you ask for?
All those practices, throwing down stumps from 15, 18, 20 metres, whatever it is, all paid off today.
Yeah.
You had just an outstanding one. He wouldn't have been out unless you'd had that direct hit. You must have been absolutely delighted with that.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, chance your luck, hope for the best, and today it paid off.
And the bowling, we talked about how strong you've been mentally. What was it, 2 for 16 today, I think? So the wickets keep coming. But the way that you're coming back, if you get hit for a boundary, doesn't seem to perturb you. You seem to be able to cope with it and shoot straight back at them.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said earlier on, it's one thing, you've got to let it go. I mean, you can't do anything about it, especially in the past now. You look forward and you move on, you still try and do your job for the team.
Well, the team is winning. It's momentum. We've talked about, it's down to the Eagles to win every match now and see what else happens. You've got to wait though for 8 days until that I think it's Sussex next, isn't it, down at Hove. So it's a pity that you can't get back on the bike this weekend, but you can enjoy the weekend. And congratulations, because you are a very deserved, David Masters says so it must be true. You are very deserved Woodland Group Eagles Man of the Match.
Cheers, thank you, appreciate it.
Enjoy the weekend.
Cheers, thank you very much. Cheers, thank you.
Well, Jack Plom there is a very impressive young man and seems to be a very impressive young cricketer.
Yeah, seems a good lad as well, and mixed it up really well today, and bowled the right ball at the right time, and he was impressive today.
Eagles fans will be talking about 2019 right now and hoping on hope that other results can go their way and that they win every game. It is possible. Lady Luck has got a smile on the Eagles right now, but they've done it before, so the belief is there.
Yeah, look, they've got the tools. They've shown that tonight. They done well again the other night as well. So they've got all the tools to do it. So they just got to go out and get that done.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Hod, it has been an absolute pleasure for me to have your company tonight. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you haven't. You've certainly provided the team with the talismanic presents that they were after, and I'm sure you're going to go and catch up with some of them in just a moment. Thank you for your company as well. Our next game is not until the final game here. That's the Sunday the 18th, when Middlesex will be the visitors. It'll be the last game of the pool stages, but let's hope we are still having smiles on our faces by then, and the Eagles are still in with a chance. From David Masters, from me, Simon Ward, it's very good night from the Cloudfm County Ground.